Hi, Jeannie. I'm going to take you on a little tour of my house. That's it back there. In the garden, I mean. Okay? Come on. All right, it's the first weekend of June. Okay. It's our neighbor's house, our house. There's our street. Right down there is the ocean. If you really zoomed in, you can see the ocean right down there. But it's 10 blocks that way. Okay? We have a lovely, lovely street. Okay? Big, wide. Look how wide these streets are, right? That's one car over there, right? Huge, wide streets. All right? So we call it the Big Blue House. All right? Brand new tree that we just put in, well, the city put in. My best friend Jimmy gave me a set of chairs, 4 chairs. We keep 2 of them out in the yard so we can sit and enjoy the view. This is so, you know, just get to sit here and watch the street. Nice. There's our front porch. Oh, look. So, the first time I've ever grown lavender outside. How beautiful this is, right? That's it, right? I've never, this is the first time I've ever seen it bloom. So I put it in last fall after it had a summer in a pot. And then these are actually hydrangea. So that's evergreen, and then there's hydrangea. But in front of them, I plant allium, and those will bloom first, right? They're huge. Let me look at the size of these balls, right? I love them. So then the hydrangea, though, those are coming. Those will be here later, right? And then there's my other batch of allium, right? And these are like a coreopsis. I got 4 of those. So those will be a little bit later this summer. Right? 10, 11. Right? So we rent the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor for 17 years, right? So, and the candles that come on automatically at night. There's our front porch. There's the actual original front door of the house, right? And that goes right upstairs now. Okay, it used to go through there into the house, but we separated it. Well, we didn't. The last people who lived here. So those are our 2nd set of chairs from Jimmy that match those down there, right? Sean, say hi to Aunt Jeannie.
Hi, Jeannie.
So the house is a bit of a mess right now because we're renovating a bathroom. But I'll take you back out to the garden. Oh, right. Do you remember I told you you used to have a agave plant, a cactus kind of a plant. It was like this. Right? Used to have, so I have all of these little babies because about 20 years ago, Sean and I were on a vacation in the Hudson Valley, and I pulled a little baby, just like this one, just like that, right? Out of a huge mama plant like this, right? You can see how big this is compared to my hand, right? It's huge, huge, right? And yeah, so it's huge. Oh, you might like this. Like at Julie's house, we have a deer head. Only ours is a little bit different. It's made out of cardboard. Yes, in honor of our Julie. so if you come around the side of the house, and you go back here, right? So this used to be somebody's Christmas tree next door, and it's grown. They planted it at the end of their Christmas season about 10 years ago, and we put a garden around it. So that's our garden around there. Now, this is that same tulip area, but look, my tulips are all gone now. I have to pull those out. They've dried up. And this is the side garden, right? So there's all Mom's bearded iris, and those have all just finished. And I'm growing Japanese painted ferns, right? They're really pretty. Got little, lovely little dusty green color and red in them, right? Pack some there, right? That's where we keep our grill. That goes to the deck upstairs. This is my backyard. Oh look, my big hosta plant. I do love those. All right, this goes back to the garden, the backyard. All right, so this is, and that goes out to the alley back there. We have an alley that goes behind our house. So that's the other house behind us, and we all share a back alley. And this is where I take my outside showers. In fact, I just took one. It's still wet. That goes down to the basement. That's the back of the house. And that's our little brick garden I'll show you in a second. Our fireplace. And, oh yeah, so now this over here, in the back, so this is cat mint. Not catnip, cat mint. It's beautiful little flowers. It has a nice little minty flavor. And these are two of those roses that you can get at Home Depot, like they're called, what are they called, knockout. They just keep blooming, so they're making my third year with those. My wall of vines. So one of them is a Dutchman's pipe. Most of it is Dutchman's pipe. I'm growing some clematis in here for the first time, and that's a clematis over there. Some rosemary there. So this is so that's the side there. Now normally there's a water fountain over there going, but I have to do some work on it. But those two old columns came from a hotel from the turn of the century that was here at the beach. They're galvanized metal. The size of this. They were in the ballroom of the hotel. Right? They're 11 feet tall. Like that, 11 feet tall. I have 4 of them. Okay. So over here, that's a weeping cherry alongside the garage. And some St. John's wort. And this is like called Lysandra. It's gonna grow, every year it comes from the ground up again. So it's huge, right? It's a big thing. And then it gets these white flowers that hang over like a goose's head. And it's incredibly invasive. So I didn't know that. So I had to dig up all the extra stuff and put in a thing this year to make it stop coming around. All right, so this is our cute little island garden. It's in the shape of a nautilus. You can't see that part yet. It looks round, but so we've got lovely ferns going, and then some coral bells, and that all that green is creeping Jenny. That's an astilbe. Some hosta that's not supposed to be growing in there, but it is. There's some white iris. Look. Hi, Grace. Say hi to Aunt Jeannie.
Hi, Jeannie.
She's drawing her brow. Got it. Oh, look. So I'm growing my vines across the steps. Remember, I think I was telling you about that. So, look, you can see through there, but I'm growing. It's incredible. This is sweet autumn clematis. And I'm growing All right, so now you can see the shape of the island. So it goes around like this, but it starts over here. So it goes here. It goes in a sort of a semicircle, but it starts there, and then it goes up and up and up and up and around. So it sort of slowly grows. Right? Pretty. And oh look! So I went to Costco. The other day, and they were selling peonies. And so I picked up 3 yellow peonies, which I put in 2 weeks ago. And of course I wasn't here, but they started to bloom. That's right? Beautiful yellow peonies. And then that is a yellow trumpet vine. It's huge. I'm trying to tame it a little bit, but I planted that. Oh, this is my friend Jimmy gave me this. It's just a beautiful little thing that the wind blows. All right, so this is the side of the house, the other side. All right, Grace is trampling it. She doesn't use it anymore, by the way. Lots of hosta filling in places, but all my tulips were in there, and daffodils. A bench to sit on and watch the kids play, even though they don't anymore. And some coral bells and some grass and some limelight, snowball plants or hydrangeas, limelight. They get light green flowers. And that's my daylilies. That's a huge bed of daylilies. And then a evergreen tree in the middle. And then my original garden that I started when we first started. And that's, Shasta, Newport daisies, black-eyed Susans, echinacea, iris, lots of different things. And then that's the gate that goes back out to the street and the front porch. Oh, and look, over here, we've got our azaleas looking beautiful, right? And that's the side. Okay, so there's the side of the house again, and the front street up there. And this is the big staircase going up outside that our tenants use. And this is what they have on the back of the house. This is the outside deck upstairs. So they get this area here. Table and chairs. Right. We just put down a little rug. We got four of those to sit on. And then from here, you can see more of our backyard. Right. So that's, oh, like those were our Vesuvius plum trees. And the columns, the fire pit. There's our alley back there. Oh, look, you can see the Nautilus garden a little bit better from here. There you see. See the shape of it a little bit more? Right? And then that goes all the way up to the 3rd floor, where there's more upstairs, right? That's the side garden. Okay. All right, that is your beginning of June tour of the garden here in Asbury Park. All right? I wish I could have you here with me. It'd be lovely to spend some time with you. I love you, okay? I'm thinking about you. I love you, bye.